Welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today we are just chatting about random shit. Samir,
Yeah.
we put you in charge of researching what's happening on the interworlds, internets, all of the news, activity, social media, hype, whatever.
Yep.
We rely on it. Give it to us. Here we go.
Well, folks.
Well, just wait, real quick. Here's a quick disclaimer. Samir is the one that's behind the screen, and just for any of you wondering, when Cameron's body was covering me a couple episodes ago, and you heard some weird moaning, that was not me. That was Samir, because somebody asked me, "Was that you making that weird moaning sound?" I'm like, "No, that wasn't me. That was Samir." Yeah.
No.
Okay, take it easy. All right, so what's going on? What's going on out in the world today?
Well, folks, let me tell you, it is a total shit show. No,
Oh my God! Really? Tell me more.
no. It's So we try and stay away from all the real crap going on in the world. It's touchy, and besides that, cars are looking a little low. Not a lot of car news out in the world today. In terms of trending stuff on TikTok.
But what's this survival thing you were telling me that was brewing?
Okay, so I watch a lot of podcast stuff, and they do this, surviving a zombie apocalypse for $15, and you got different types, different lists. So a weapon you get, a teammate you get, a house and all this stuff.
Okay.
And then every time you buy something, you go down in money. So you start at $15, and then
Sounds like a video game.
yeah, kind of, it'd be a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. I'm
But if you're
getting some
interested, we
GTA
can,
vibes.
We
got something on the screen.
Yeah.
Surviving a zombie apocalypse for $15.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
So
Apocalypse.
So let me.
Apocalypse. A underrated album, real quick, is Tupac. Tupacalypse Now. Oh my goodness, that is a good album. They got Brenda, and then that song Violent. That's from way back when I was a kid. All right, go ahead.
All right. So first, we got a weapon. So you now pick which one you want, and then you start with $15. You'll go down that much money into the next set.
Okay.
And just so you know, there's five different lists. There's a weapon. There's an
I can only choose one.
You can only choose one. Yeah.
Ooh. So a weapon, dude. Minigun all day.
Minigun. All right. Minus
All day.
So now you got,
Miniguns are scary. Those. Whoo, man.
so do remember, you're gonna be lugging that around. So if you're out looking,
I'll put it on my back. I lift weights. I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
All right. So now
It's
you
like
got
going to the grocery store. I'm like they're sacking groceries. They're like, "Oh my God, sir, you need a carriage." I'm like, "You think I need a carriage?" Now I'm gonna go buy more stuff.
All right. So teammate.
Oh, dude, you're asking me this?
Yeah.
Day, the Terminator is my teammate. I'm loyal.
So do remember.
Terminator, Nike, BMW. Let's go.
So do remember.
Oh, powdered toast man. Oh my God. You gotta play sad music.
So
Powdered toast man was in this list. I jumped too quick.
do remember, you have $10 left, and there's still 4 more tiers.
But I didn't like powdered toast man till later in life, so I'm gonna stick with my homie, the Terminator.
Okay. Are you sure? You only got $10 left, so you're down to
Terminator.
6. Okay. All right. Minus 4. You got $6 left.
Okay.
Item.
I got $6. Is this the
$6.
last category?
No, there's 2 more after this. There's a vehicle and your home base.
Oh, give me the unlimited coffee.
That's
Hell
okay.
yeah. Shout out
right.
to Starbucks.
Man, you know.
Not a sponsor, not a sponsor.
That's my opinion!
So it's funny because I did make this list, and I know what comes next, and I know what the outcome will be.
No.
It'll be interesting.
No.
So you got 4 schmeckel left. Got 4 schmeckel.
Okay, let's see.
Vehicle. Now remember, $4.
I only have $4.
Got $4. So the Apache is out of question.
I will go. Whoa. Weaponized Ferrari. I love Ferrari so much since I was a kid, but I got to think about my survival here, and I'll probably go with the SWAT vehicle.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I got $1 left.
Yep.
I got $1 left. Home base. Oh, you tricky.
I'm good. Oh. And then we can go back through and we can do your full build of what you would.
Wait. I can't even buy food.
Well, you can hunt food with your minigun.
Okay. Dude, look at that shack.
Yeah, so that is, you get the shack.
I have to buy the shack. I have no choice.
Yep. You need the shack.
I'll reinforce it with some extra sticks.
Did you notice this little guy right there?
Jake's house? Which one's that?
It's not up there for,
Oh, just stay at Jake's house?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jake's a zombie, though.
Oh, man. That's not good. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
The Bat Cave. Dude, that's dope. Wow. All right. Well, I guess I'm in the shack.
Yep. There you have it.
All
Is
right.
there anything you would change knowing all of this?
Well, let's see. No, I'd stick with the minigun, so that's confirmed. Wow, powdered toast man is only $1. But he's not necessarily a killer. Nah, I'd stick with Terminator. I think I would stick with my choices.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
I'm committed. I'll rough it out in the shack. I might get a couple mosquito bites, but we're in this.
It's a pretty good shack, and you're on a beach too.
We got it. There's a roof over my head.
Yeah.
I'll work it out. I got it.
All right. There you have it. There you have it.
Now, what else is going on?
So,
What was the other thing? So you were talking about this company.
Yeah.
I was going through some stuff. We could just chop it up a little bit, talk about it. What's up?
Yeah.
But do me a favor, don't say any names.
Yeah.
And don't give away anything that would identify them.
Yeah.
Okay, because just folks, this is real stuff he's talking about. So I always try to maintain people's privacy. If you're watching the show and you feel like I might be talking about you, just make sure that you know that I would never reveal your identity.
Yes. So, I know this individual who does supply for the company. So they, order in the product, they ship it out. They do kind of the quality testing for it and make sure that the quality's good. What it is, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. They do stonework, but they make household items out of it. So they'll do like a phone stand out of granite. They'll do a coat hook out of granite. They'll do sponge holders out of granite. Vase stands. All this stuff. And said individual, came to me because we're just chatting one night, and they're getting pretty frustrated because it's some of the decisions that they're making aren't well thought out in their opinion, because they're really running the company now. Like the individual doing, because they're seeing the books, they're talking to all of their clients and they're talking to their distributors, and it's tough. And what sparked it was, you're in marketing and whatnot, and I do photography for you, and they just recently hired on a marketing company. And I was instantly curious because you always talk about the shitty ones. And the first thing that they said was they were going to send out a videographer to do a commercial for him. Videographer canceled for whatever reason. Didn't even specify. They're just like, we can't send out a videographer anymore. We're sorry.
Holy pretense.
Yeah.
Find somebody. Go out there with a camera. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and that was just mind-blowing to me. And that, I'm like, why? If you're going to spend the money on the marketing, I feel like do it well. You know, go to the right spot. And that was the one thing that triggered it. And then come to find out, there are some good things. So the way they get their granite is they go to all the granite top stonework people who make like kitchen sinks and stuff, and they take all of their scrap for free. So all of their pieces, all of the product that they use to create their items is all free. They just have to go pick it up, come back, drop it off. Now, the thing with that, they were in retail stores, which were going great, but some of their products are starting to drop off. But they're invested in these products. And, you know, said individuals looking at the sales and they're going, well, but no, they're not, because these retailers aren't buying these products from us anymore. So now we're sitting on a shit ton of stock, not pushing any of it. And they're still producing these products for the retailers, and they're losing money that way. And now they just have a shit ton of granite just out back sitting, you know, on the back lawn out in the woods, just sitting there, not doing anything. And it's getting really hard because the other part that was really concerning was their product line, right? You start with a piece of granite, you kind of cut it up, you take it apart, and then you throw it into a tumbler. And just like their thing is stones. So like on the end of a coat hook, you got that little stone thing, you put it over. So they have to tumble it, smooth it, and then in there, they take out the bad pieces. Okay, that's gone. So let's say out of that tumbler, you tumble 100 stones, you probably get 80 out of them because 20 broke outright. And that 80, you then go and make the product. Well, now at the end of making the product, you do the quality check. Well, now maybe 25 or 30 pieces broke because they're not good quality anymore. So out of that 100, you're down to 50, half. But in that product line, you still have to put in money to run it, because you got to put money into the time, into the workers that are there. Got to put money into the
Cost of goods, yeah.
Cost of goods. And they are losing so much money.
On what? The QC quality check?
Yeah, the quality check and the amount of products they're getting out of what they're putting into that product line. You know, it's like if you're in a kitchen and you cook double of every dish, but then toss the double.
So this is kind of along the same lines as the guy that cost me $28,000 to build a website.
Yeah.
So in business, you have to be careful of this, is what exactly is being put into each customer or each order. You got to pay attention to this, because you can lose your ass if you put in too much labor, too much QC, this, that, where you make nothing, and it makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. So you're saying that they're putting too much into this where they're losing money.
Yeah, where if you just did a quality check off rip, like a good one, and be like, oh, this piece just won't work, and then you toss it, then you tumble the good stone, then you're down to maybe like you put in 100 of good stone in there, but you put all that polish into it, right? You got to spend money on the polish. You got to spend money on the electricity running the tumbler. And
so these guys hiring a marketing company, does this have anything to do with maybe like slow sales or something? Okay.
Yeah, so they're getting dropped out of retail stores, so now they're doing online sales pretty heavily. And because if they're doing that, okay, now we need marketing. Because before, you know, a retailer, they'd ship out, 1,000 products to, Brookstone or whatever.
And just a quick public service announcement that the generation, there's an older generation that this is a myth. And I have to educate people constantly. You don't build up or invest in your digital, which is social search website content, okay? Just to be simple. You don't only invest in that if you are selling off of your website. You can drive people to a physical location. Think about this for a minute. You pick up this motherfucker right here. It's called an iPhone or an Android, and you look up something that you're looking for the love of God. You go to Google to find their what? Website. Not even. Their address. So let's reverse engineer this. Did you try to buy something off their website when you did that fucking Google search? excuse my language, it's extremely frustrating because I deal with this. It's always like, and I'm not saying I'm young. I have an advantage because I'm exposed to this industry, but it's always that generation. It's always the generation that was in their 20s, like when I was like 10, 12 years old, that like they were at their prime in the 90s. And nothing against them, but they all typically, I shouldn't say all, they, for the most part, most of the folks from that generation think this, and it is farthest from the truth. If it was the truth, I would say, yeah, dude, you're right, because that's my responsibility, is to guide people in the right direction. Unfortunately, this belief, it's like a cancer in the business world. So what these folks do is they just button up really high up, and they're just all snooty and very confident, and they're like, I don't sell on the internets. And I explained to them that when someone Googles something, there is this platform, it's on the phone. And yes, I'm being funny. Okay. There's a thing on here called Google. People go on it to find things that they need. Let's think about it for a minute. If you have to buy a sandwich, Samir, you want to buy a turkey and Swiss.
I like turkey and Swiss.
Can the turkey and Swiss, can it teleport and appear on your table with doing nothing?
I sure wish it could.
Other than, we're excluding delivery, folks, excluding delivery. If you want to go get the sandwich, do you go to an address?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
So what we're trying to get at is there's a reason why people go to physical locations. It is not only about if you are selling in the internet or online or e-commerce, whatever you call it. It's not only about that. That is a problem. It is a myth. And a lot of people think this in the business world. They're like, oh, I'm going to start selling widgets to the United States. And that justifies a digital strategy. Absolutely not. You are incorrect. Sorry, you get nothing. Shout out to Willy Wonka.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Oh my.
Shout out to Willy Wonka. There better be a clip. You get nothing. So I come here in peace, explaining to everybody that was lighting up the Marlboros, drinking Bud Mud, and listening to Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard, to just sit down for a minute. Sit down. You have an address that people can look up. What does that have to do with e-commerce? People have to look up your address to go there. You can drive foot traffic with a digital strategy. Can you believe that, Samir? Oh my God. Can you believe that?
Crazy stuff?
Gee willikers, what's happening in this world? So, and again, I come in peace. I'm not making fun of people. I just want to provide information in a more entertaining fashion. Now, if you have a business, say this business you're talking about, whatever, the mistake was, oh, we only need digital if we're selling online. No. People can look up addresses, people can use Google, and you can drive a lot of foot traffic just by being visible, not only on search, but also social media. You should be connecting with influencers. You should find, influencers that make sense. Influencers that have a good amount of followers, 100,000, 50,000, 200,000, 300,000, and then you want to check their relevancy. Like, are they in line with who you sell to? And then you want to work out a deal. Hey, Mr., Mrs., Miss Influencer, I'd like to hire you to come promote my business and talk about us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it might be. And that will give you a quick shot in the arm of customers coming in the door.
Yep.
End of story. It's not rocket science, but that's the social media angle you can take. Or you could run Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, paid ads to get in front of those people quickly. Now you can also go an organic route. TikTok, I would recommend a little bit more for organic, but I would say that you need to expand your reach within a driving, let's say average driving distance that someone would travel, okay? So the rough sweet spot, I'd say, is 20 to 30 miles, especially if it's something that someone's really, if you have a destination restaurant, though, people will drive.
Yeah.
People will go, especially if someone's passionate about that type of cuisine. Like if you hear like, oh my God, that guy makes an insane beef stroganoff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and try their beef stroganoff. Yeah, so crazy. The show is getting out of control, going off the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching today's episode of Just Chatting, which is just random stuff. Hopefully you guys can see the full episode. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but be sure to click subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and stay tuned to our next episode next week.